Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. Today I am here with Steve, Protective Dad Pranks. Together we are a Vette Syndicate, and we're doing a little bit of a new format, something we've talked about doing in the past. We're gonna make this more of a casual discussion about a product, and we may do this with other products. Let us know if you like this type of thing. Today I'm excited to talk about
wheels.
Wheels.
We got new wheels.
New wheels. Wheels that I think are phenomenal. So, one thing I was going to mention, so this company is called Forgelite. They are from Vancouver, British Columbia, and they are a bespoke, so everything is customized for you, forged wheels. So I'm excited to talk about that.
And you know what? There's so much information. I'm pulling out this little handy dandy cheat sheet because I can't remember all this, but the coolest part is we got new wheels.
Yeah. Yeah. And really cool wheels.
Yeah, it was great. Where do you want to begin?
Well, I wanted to say, so the funny thing is before you got yours before I got mine. And so you kept sending me all these pictures and video, and you were so excited. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, honestly, I was like, okay, cool, you know, I'm busy. Then I got mine. Then I did the same thing. I was like, dude, look at this. I'm sending in video, I'm sending in pictures. And they are a huge step above the wheels that we've had in the past. And that isn't to insult any of the wheels that we've had in the past. Those have been fantastic wheels.
I think we agreed on one thing. It's like I said one thing and he said it right back to me. When you first grabbed the wheel, it's light.
Super light.
It's insane light. And I have different wheels. We both started off when we first got our, if you follow us, we've got our 23 C8s together. Yeah. We both got Vossen. And I've been rocking I still have the Vossen HF5, and we'll show some video differences in here. Great wheel. I love that design, hence you'll see why we kind of chose the Forgelite SV00 is basically the same design with a lot less wheel, I guess.
Yeah, and I actually love the design. I even have the same basic design on my truck.
Yeah.
I like it so much.
The only thing I didn't like about, not only thing, one of the major things I didn't like about the Vossens were there's no concavity. Yeah. And we're going to try to shoot some B-roll into this video. We're trying to do this. First side note, when me and Jason film videos, it's like 50 takes.
Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to do
We're already at 5.
We're going to try to do this in one take. But we're going to go through some things here. And first off, why do we choose Forgelite? Yeah. I mean, what was other than, I know I heard about Forgelite through Justin from Horsepower Obsessed. Mm-hmm. And the more I saw his wheel, the more I wanted that wheel. Yeah. You know.
And then I went to their Instagram account and I saw some wheels that I'm like, I want that. And so I actually patterned mine exactly after another set that I had seen on there. For the most part, color was slightly different.
The funny is when you see our wheels, I went more tame and Jason went more
exotic.
Extreme,
yeah, always. But I want to be bold.
Yeah, it's like, you know, one of the reasons why we kind of chose wheel is number one, it's fully forged. Yeah. I wanted fully forged wheels. The Vossens we had were hydro forged. Good wheel, but because they use this back pad, or the back pad's thicker. I mean, all wheels have a back pad, but the back pad's like this thick. So they do that to get rid of that wheel gap or wheel space or whatever. Yeah. And but they lose the concavity because it's a fully forged wheel. It's stronger. They got rid of that deep back pad, and that means you can get that concavity. And you'll see that in some of the videos we're going to show.
Yeah, and one of the things I liked about it is they are very strong as well, being that they're forged, and it is the 6061 T6 aluminum. And I remember that from some of my BMX bikes back in the day, the more expensive ones that were very light, but also very strong. And so I was like, well, that's another huge benefit to these wheels is what they're made from. And, you know.
And one good thing about this, if you're seeing these wheels, you know, we're putting these on a Stingray. A lot of these are on Z06s. Yeah. And we chose to stay with the stock sizes. Mm-hmm. A lot of people go up to 2021s. I just didn't. For me, I don't have front lift, so I didn't want to try lowering it that way. And you do. You have front lift?
No.
Front lift?
Nope.
Oh, no, you have Z51.
That was on the Lamborghini, but I do not have it yet.
Yeah, so I know you're going to want to lower your, I just don't want to deal with that, and I just didn't want to buy extra tires. Now, when we get to the C9, I will definitely go lower. I will definitely have front lift on my car so I can go lower. But the one thing we do like about Forgelites, these things are so customizable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Your offsets.
There's 90 different colors you can choose from. I mean, if you look at, you look at it, his wheel, he went out and got the exact color, which Accelerate Yellow, and put that accent in there. I mean, it's...
Which we're going to show that. It looks great, and it matches really well. So I'm super excited. They definitely exceeded my expectations, which is honestly important. There's a few companies that we deal with that exceed, and a few of them that don't.
Yeah, there's some that I would I reckon, they sponsor or one thing about us, I don't do negative reviews. I won't do a review. I've set back several products that I'm like, I don't want to. I give you the option. I'm like, I'm just not going to put this on my car. I'm not going to review it. So if you see a review from us, we really like it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really like the Boston. I think Boston's a good wheel.
Yes.
I just wanted a fully forged wheel. I wanted the concavity. And one thing I will say, I did send a Boston back. When I first got my Boston.
Yeah, I remember.
It's the painting or the powder coat, however they do it. There was part on the spoke was missing.
Yeah.
So, and I actually installed it. And so I had to take it off. These ones we fully inspected, but the paint on this wheel, or the powder coat on this wheel, nice and thick.
It is, I mean, it's just rich and lush. I mean, it's amazing. But I will say too, I've had some other wheels on my car since the Vossen, and I absolutely love them. 35, fantastic wheel. Again, though, for your price point is different, so your quality is going to be a little higher. So that's not an insult. I still have them a set on my C7Z06, and they're staying. I love them. But
to the point is like, we got our wheels. We did not. Boston sponsored us. We still paid for these wheels. They weren't a full like, oh, here's your free. And these Forgelite weren't free either.
Right.
In the beginning, I was like, I just want nice wheels. And I can get these for a couple thousand. The wheels we got are basically $6,000 wheels, and so we're like, oh my gosh,
we'll have a link down to Forgelite.com in the description, and definitely go check them out. But just go in there and, like you were saying, look and see how many finishes are available, and then you can get it customized to fit your car the way you want, and obviously different sizes, but also the offsets and all that. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. The other thing is, we'll go ahead and get started on the buying process, it's really cool because they send you renderings with basically your car with these wheels on them to show you exactly what it's going to look like on your car. And then you follow that whole process. As they're producing your wheels, they send you photos. When they're complete, they send you photos. You're getting emails with a step-by-step process. Yes.
Yeah, so we knew like, they're in the cutting phase. They're in this phase. They're in the painting phase. And then, okay, now they're being shipped. And they're coming, So let's just let the cat out of the bag right here. So there's a big thing out there. And this is a pet peeve for me. It's not a pet peeve for him. Is people like, these wheels are made in the USA. And then somebody will say these wheels that we have aren't made in the USA. So let's just get right down to it. Forgelite wheels are made in the USA or overseas. Now you get to choose that. If you want overseas wheels or you want made in the USA, they will give you that. There are some people, I'm not going to tell you any names, do your research. There's another big brand out there that's, we're made in the USA. Search them, go really deep dive in them. You will see also made in the USA or overseas. Yeah. So, or they got the aluminum from overseas and they built them here. I'm all about making made in the USA, but I'm not going to be this person that's like, everything's made in the USA, man.
Like when I bought a refrigerator one time, I was told it was made in the USA. They said, no, it was assembled in the USA.
Okay.
All the parts came from somewhere else. It was assembled in the USA.
The Z06 carbon fiber wheels, they're not made in the USA. They're made in Norway. If you look it up, they're made in Norway. So it's American car, but not everything on that Corvette. It's American made. And I'm sorry, you've seen those wheels. They're pretty bad. Beep.
Yeah, they're nice.
I'm not gonna get flagged on.
Yeah.
But we have some kind of specs we go over here. So these are really light.
They're very light.
And then, so they say that their wheel is 30% lighter than OEM wheels, and then they do have a magnesium wheel, which is 30% lighter than the aluminum.
Yeah, you can probably pick that up with just.
Oh, it's crazy. It's just nuts on how much they do. Yeah. One thing I do like about it is like all their wheels are custom offset, and we wanted that. I wanted that little slight poked out look,
I don't like to have any kind of an overbite from my wheel well. I don't think that looks good, personally.
You know, and as we're talking, going back to the $6,000, $6,000 is expensive for a wheel. One cool about there is their warranty, and they have a damage warranty. If you go and curb one of these things, you don't go, oh my gosh, it's going to cost. Yeah, yeah. My wife doesn't drive my car. Your wife does.
Rarely.
Very rare. But they have a program that if you curb your wheel, they'll let you buy another wheel at 40% of the retail. So you're not having to pay $1,500.
Yeah. That's
great. I mean, heaven forbid we ever curb a wheel, but, you know.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, I know. On top of, so it took us how long to get our wheels?
A few months.
Yeah, like, I think about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
From the time we ordered it. And they say 6 to 7 weeks. It's 4 to 6 weeks on monoblock, 6 to 7 weeks on multi-piece wheels. And if you're going full crazy, it could take a little longer. But a lot of some of these wheels take even longer.
Well, mine took a little bit longer for a couple of reasons, because number one is I was wanting to make sure that the paint that they were using on mine matched my car perfect. So that took me a little bit of time, not much, but a little bit, which considering they were able to get it out. But then there was an extra step with mine than with yours. So yours came in about a week quicker.
Yeah, I'm going to read something because I'm never going to get this. So it says, they perform run-out checks on all their wheels to ensure their roundness. Their QC standards are 0.2 and must be, they said they achieve that in their final test, but sometimes they're even better than that. So they actually want to do the run-out to lessen vibration. You know, so that's why they're actually doing this. Most companies don't even disclose their stats.
Yeah.
Here's we'll take a video of this. You'll see each wheel has the sticker, and it tells you it's been tested. It shows you out the run out stats, so you know what you're getting when you get this wheel.
Yeah. Here's another one. When you were talking about the warranty, they have a lifetime structural warranty that they stand by. Other entry-level forged wheels, which there's some other ones. I don't know if we want to mention the name that's on this list, but it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
They don't. They give you a three-year warranty. Yeah. So that's not one I see quite often, but I am familiar with them from, I know a lot of people with Lambos have that brand. But they only give a 3-year warranty. So lifetime versus 3-year warranty on the structural integrity of the wheel. Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
And for me, I've really never, paid. I just wanted a wheel. Truth be told, I just wanted a wheel. Oh, that's a nice looking wheel. That's what I wanted, or I'm not going to race this car, or I'm not going to take it to the track. So, or I do race it. I don't take it to the track. Yeah. When it's gone, when it's ever out.
Yeah.
But
you still got 8 miles on it.
I didn't really pay attention to that, but then you start learning about wheels, and there are some great wheels out there. I'm not saying that Forgelite's the best out there. For me, for what I've seen, I love this wheel.
Yeah.
I would still suggest other companies. I still like Vossen. I just really wanted a fully forged wheel, and I know they make fully forged wheels, but for me, you see a lot of HF5 wheels on here on the C8 Corvette. And this one for me was just, I needed to. It was worth it. If I had to do it over again, I would have just saved the money and bought the Forgelite in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because the concavity really bugged me. It's just flat.
Yeah.
And you'll see it.
That's why I like the ones on my truck. It's a different brand, but they're very concave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I turn and look at my truck all the time. I love the wheels. They're the same design. They're that HF5 style. This SV00 style. I just like the design, but I definitely prefer more concave than flat. It's a better look.
And if you're interested in the wheel, hit us up in DM. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram. Today we hit 30,000 followers on Instagram today. So we got 2,500 this week.
I know.
It was a pretty big week.
And I will tell you, there's a ton of people who saw the video he made. I'm in roofing. I do a lot of new construction. I was out with one of my builders, and a couple of them, I mentioned, we had this reels that was blowing up. One of the ones that he filmed has like over 95 million views, and I went to show them, like, oh yeah, I saw that the other day. I'm like, it's just so weird, these people that, anyway. So as a matter of fact, my daughter's boyfriend followed us based off of that video sometime back, and we met him the first time. I was like, you already follow us on, anyway. If you don't follow us, go follow us on Vette Syndicate.
And then also on our YouTube, Protective Dad Pranks, Front Seat Driver YouTube, which you're on now, and then also social media. But we're trying to do more with Vette Syndicate, and we got some things coming ahead for the Vette Syndicate. And I can't believe we actually made this video without
stopping it 11 times. Well, we did. It was just all prior. So getting that first, a handful of words out was pretty tough.
Yeah. But if you like this format, let us know. We've talked about doing this before, where we're not so scripted and it's not so like line by line. So
yeah, because like when we would do the Monday Night Lives with Justin, it was really tough because we were all in a different place, and here we can be together, do it. So it makes it more fun, Yeah,
and it's we did it all in one take.
Yep.
That's it.
Peace.